Oh God. Ugh. Let's talk about Resident Evil Raccoon City trailer. Look how they massacred my girl Claire. Alright, as always, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna play the trailer. We're gonna soak it all in again. And yeah, let's watch it. And we're gonna go into my thoughts on it. You know, a lot of what I'm seeing looks very authentic to the game. Like, at least visually, it looks like the video game. Which I'm down for that. But then there are other things. We'll get into the other things. This is kind of weird because it looks like they're taking stuff directly from the game. I don't know about that. Oh. We got some RU1 vibes. See, I don't get why Claire doesn't just have her ponytail. Just give her the ponytail. I mean, she looks fine, but just, that's an iconic scene from the first game. I just wish they spent a little bit more time on making it look better. Alright, so, should be an interesting holiday season. It's coming out right around the same time The Matrix is coming out. It's holiday. Yo, so, yeah. Okay, here we go, here we go. I think the problem with this movie is that it is trying to be a live-action version of the video game. And I think if you're a gamer and you're a Resident Evil fan like myself, it's kind of a weird situation because it's like you're paying money to watch a live-action cutscene. You kind of already know what's going to happen. So, I mean, it seems as if they're taking elements from the first game and the second game and trying to combine them together. But I don't really know how that's going to end up working out because it's like... The thing about Resident Evil is that Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 2 are very different games in terms of scope, in terms of mood, in terms of atmosphere. Like, the thing about Resident Evil 1 is that, like, Resident Evil 1 is a straight up horror game. And Resident Evil 2 is more of a action blockbuster horror game. It's kind of similar to how the way that Alien and Aliens are different. You know, Resident Evil 2 took things to a next level with, in terms of like scale and giant action set pieces and crazy shit. So, how is the tone of this film gonna be consistent? Unless they're gonna make all the mansion stuff flashbacks and focus the main story on Resident Evil 2. I don't know, man. The second problem is that we already know what's gonna happen. You know? I mean, like, where's the suspense of a movie when you already know all the events that happen because you played the games. I just feel like, at least in the original, like, first Resident Evil film, it was interesting because it took the elements of the games and kind of twisted it into its own story. So you could watch the movie and you didn't really know what was going to happen. So I'm interested to see what they do with this. Because are they going to remix the storyline to something completely different? And just have the main story beats of the games? I don't know. The other problem is that it seems a bit inconsistent with its authenticity. Because I'm looking at this, and there are some shots in this that are straight from the game. Like the tanker scene, that's straight from the game. RPG looks exactly like the game. Which I don't have a problem with. That looks awesome. That's awesome. If you want to keep stuff that looks just like the game, go for it. But then, I'm looking at the character of, like, Leon. He doesn't really look that much like Leon from the games. And Claire looks like Claire, but she doesn't have her iconic ponytail. And it's like a little bit off of what, you know, I would consider to be like, it's weird. It's like, why would you do one thing perfectly accurate to the game and then you miss obvious stuff like that? I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But I gotta say though, like, as far as like some of these visuals look pretty good. Like this mansion stuff looks pretty good. You know, it looks moody, the lighting looks good. That's a good shot. But then you have problems with like what this scene coming up, like the makeup just doesn't look good enough, man. The thing about these zombie films, your makeup team has to be on point. Because if the makeup doesn't look good, man, I mean, a big part of these like Resident Evil games is the gore and the effects and the creature effects. And dude, I'm sorry, but like, guys, like your CG isn't up to snuff yet. Like I'm with you. I mean, I want to see like an accurate representation of Resident Evil on film. Go for it. But it almost seems like they're biting off more than they can chew. Like I don't know if it's a budget issue because CGI looks kind of rough in this, man. It looks a little bit rough. Like when I'm looking at the creature effects in this trailer, and the creature effects in the video game look better, you got a problem, guys. You got a problem. Like, I don't think it's gonna get any better because this movie's coming out very soon. We have a situation here where what you see is what you get, man. You know, it's not like a Sonic situation where, like, the director has time to go back and fix that shit. Props to Sonic for actually fixing their problems. That's what you should do. But I think this movie might be a victim of its own, like, timing because, like, this trailer should have come out, like, months ago. You know? Because I like the idea of, like, trailers coming out early and people giving their impressions. And as a director, if you're, like, a director, if I was in that position, I would use that as feedback. I'm like, okay, let me listen to what people are saying. Let me go back and fix it. Oh, yeah, just kind of inconsistent, man. Looks messy, man. Like, honestly, I wish these people the best because it looks like their heart is in the right place. Like, they're trying to make something accurate to the games, but, man. Dude. Anyway. Kind of in the mood to play some Resident Evil. I think I might actually do a stream of that later on. Because Resident Evil 2 Remake is one of the best horror games ever made, man. Woo, that game is good. But yeah, like, there's stuff in this that I'm noticing, like little Easter eggs and stuff. Great, you know, I support that kind of stuff. And I actually heard that they were very closely tied to Capcom and their assets. But That's all well and good, man. But if your movie isn't good, then what's the point? I guess we'll see what happens, guys. But, I think that's about all I got. Oh, one more thing. I think there's an interesting way of making a Resident Evil movie that these guys have completely missed. Like, instead of like following the path of just playing out the events of the game, why not make a Resident Evil movie that takes place from the perspective of like one of the soldiers? Wouldn't that be a cool movie? Like, you get to see all the events of the game play out from a completely different perspective. And you can make a movie that would be so cool, man. That would be so interesting. Like, it would be like Half-Life Opposing Force, where you're one of the soldiers going in, and you see Racoon City fall, you get to see new creatures, you get to see stuff that Claire and Leon didn't see. And like, you will see stuff that like it will tie in because it will end up in a police station like they did, and it will be like a cool like way of doing it, man. Like, there's ways of making an awesome Resident Evil movie. I just don't think like following the plot teeth for teeth like this is the right call. But anyway, that's about all I got. I just wanted to give my input on this trailer. We'll see how it turns out. I might watch it. But I really think that not putting this on streaming is kind of a mistake, because this is this is a prime movie to watch on streaming, because like, I'm really not sure how this is gonna turn out, man. I'm really not sure how this is gonna turn out. It's looking kind of rough. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. Always remember to subscribe, like the video, and I'm gonna bring you guys some more content. I'm working on that Matrix video. That's gonna be coming out soon, because I've been meaning to talk about the Matrix for a long time. And with Matrix 4 coming out, I think it's time to go into that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys very much. I'll see you guys in the next video.